My name's Karen. I'm 58 years old. For profession I'm an accountant. I've got a small business practice with my daughter, which we've been together now for 8 years. Small business that we've built up together. I love it, I'd be lost without her, so she's my best friend and my partner. Aww. My fears of dentists goes back to childhood really. It's the one that probably most people do remember, is going to school at primary and I had the old-fashioned gas mask. I can still smell the rubber. It's horrible. And when you walk in and sit on the chair, you'd have the big gas cylinder and the big mask that looks like your gas mask from the wartime. And every time you had anything done, I can feel it, even talking about it, from the pit of my stomach. Whenever you had anything, the first thing they ever did, right, it's gas, and it goes all over your face, and the smell, oh my God. And then when you come round, you think, oh, what's he done? What's he done? What have I had done? And then all of a sudden you go, oh my God, the pain was not only here, but it was all down here. And then I'd come away, and I always used to say to my mum, I don't want to go back, I don't want to go back, I don't care how much toothache. I didn't know what was worse, the toothache or actually the whole fear of going to the dentist. And then I think that's it just all stems from there, and then it just gets worse. Then you don't tell my mum when I had toothache, and then it got to the fact that you think it would make you want to clean your teeth more, but it didn't with me. I think I just stopped looking after him. When I was 12 I had a horse riding accident. Biscuit his name was, you don't even forget his name, do you? Went horse riding. I wanted to jump the fence, Biscuit didn't. He stopped, I carried on going, straight. All 4 teeth, 2 of them were cracked. Oh, guess where I ended up? I just remember being a mess. The whole of my face was a mess. And I didn't care, I just wanted to be repaired and come out, and that was it. You just leave it. And then I grew up and I just left them. I just left them. They were what they were. And I think they just got worse. Then as I got older, you then go to the NHS. Great respect for the NHS, and they do what they have to do. Plus it doesn't help because I wasn't really helping myself either, because I only really went when I was in a lot of pain. So I did find another dentist because I got married and we moved to Stafford. And the dentist there, I ended up having a root canal. So she ended up taking all of them out and doing the old-fashioned crown post screwy job again. Well, that was 35 years ago. And then, now, before I found Glendair, they just kept falling out. So I just kept getting fixed dent and shoving them back in. I didn't realise that I was hiding myself when I smiled. Apparently I was very good at doing the and not realising that you do this, don't you? Or apparently I was very good at actually keeping a stiff top lip. But you don't notice it, you just acquire it without realising it. You do it, and it's only now that people comment that was doing it. They didn't at the time, because that was just Karen. It's just what you do, isn't it? I just wanted a natural, relaxed smile like everybody else, you know. A long time I've thought about it, discussed it with my husband. I'd been to my normal dentist, my NHS dentist, and not comfortable at all. Do you know, whenever I sat down with them, I'd been to 2, and I thought, do you know what, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not getting anybody to understand. They're not listening. You know, the biggest thing is time. Just getting somebody just to listen. I just wanted 10 or 15 minutes, and they just didn't seem to be there. And it was my husband that said, you need to go private. You need to go private. If you want it done properly, you're private. I wanted somebody local, and I'd basically gone and read reviews with my husband, and I'd basically read what everybody had put about Glendair, and you came up tops as far as I was concerned. So I thought, well, the best thing to do was to make that appointment and do a face-to-face and that way. I think the scariest thing, and what people have got to be aware of, is also the price, because that's a major factor, and it's there whether you like it or not, and there is no point in shopping about, and as far as I'm concerned, you get what you pay for. I have had 4 front dental implants. Glendair were brilliant in the fact that they painted it as it might not sound right, but they painted it as black as they could, because it is going to be. It's not easy. It's 4 front teeth. It's 4 front teeth. That's major. You were suddenly taken away. I'd already got 4 front teeth that I wasn't pleased with. They weren't pretty, but they were still mine, and it was still something that I had there, even though I was like this. And to suddenly have them taken away, and I'm like, oh my God, I've got no teeth. And Matt went, you will never, ever walk away here with no teeth. You'll always have something. And we're like, yeah, dentures? Really? Dentures? And that bit was daunting. I had a lot of talks, a lot of picture drawing from Matt to explain, and a lot of support. But I also had a lot of dark days, and you are going to get them, and I did find it very hard. But I think the biggest thing is that I always knew that you were here, and I think that's the biggest thing. You were there with the plan from day one. You knew what I wanted. Matt knew what I needed. I'd also got major gum problems as well. So it's not only just the teeth, they look at you as the person as well. I mean, because I'd let my 4 implants were so badly corroded as well, I'd got major gum problems as well. I'd got a major, massive hole here, which I wasn't aware of, and neither was Matt until he took the x-rays, and he was like, oh my God, Karen, do you know the hole you've got here? And I'm like, no. But then I'm like, that explains why I was in so much pain, and I was constantly taking antibiotics, but it was never going to cure. So the plan that he laid out for me was quite daunting, in the fact I didn't realise that it's not just teeth, it's the whole of your gums, and then it's you as well. So you treated me as well. Unbelievable. I think I always laugh at Vicky and my daughter now, because apparently I do a lot of the teeth now. and it's quite laughable now. And Vicky has actually commented that I do smile more now. The hand doesn't go in front of the mouth as much. And there's a lot of things that I have changed, and I think I'm more confident now. It doesn't bother me as much now at all. Definitely recommend Glendair. Don't have a problem with that at all. And the treatment is absolutely. You've got to think long and hard. It's not going to be easy. Not at all is it going to be easy, but it's going to be a well worth journey. Absolutely.
Because you've summed up this whole journey,
you're allowed to hug her hand, not.